Okay. So while we are attempting our reading questions, if you've got any doubts or if you want me to repeat, if you want to take a screenshot of the slides, feel free to do so. If you've got a doubt, please feel free to stop me, ask me to explain it, or if you've got any doubts. So we'll start off with reading today. What we're going to do is we're going to discuss the different types of reading questions. So I'll give you an introduction to all the different types of reading questions and the strategies that you have to follow. So, or the approaches or the steps that you can follow to solve this question type, the reading question types well. But more than anything, you should understand that for your IELTS reading, the more you practice, the more you'll be able to do well. So more than you listening to classes or more than you just taking classes, it's very important that you practice as much as possible. And then the second thing is try and master your key skills, which is your skimming and scanning. Your skimming and scanning is very important towards your reading. Now, IELTS reading is for about an hour. So it's an hour long test and you'll have 3 different sections of your IELTS, of your reading. So it's different for both academic and general training, general test takers. Because there is no time given for you to transfer your answers. Like in listening, you have time to transfer your answers, whereas in reading, you do not have time to transfer your answers. You have to wait. So I suggest that as you finish each section, transfer your answers straight away, but you will not have this hassle of transferring answers if you're taking your computer-based test. If you're taking a paper-based test, pencil is provided. Remember to bring an eraser. So each text or each section will have about 750 to 900 words. There are 3 sections altogether, and section 1 is going to be your easiest section, and section 2 is slightly more difficult. Section 3 is an abstract topic, or it's going to be something academic or something abstract. Navdeep, before I continue, are you going to take a paper-based test or a computer-based test?
Ma'am, I think paper based. I'm not sure yet, but
Oh, all right. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so this is your reading section. This is a comparison between academic and general, which I think you already know. I've done this a few times. So if you're taking your general test, only focus on this one. So your section 1 is going to be usually one text or one passage of reading. Sometimes it's going to be 2 or 3 reading passages. This is going to be very relatable because it's going to be an everyday life kind of topic. And they usually take this from any job adverts or from travel information, safety information, and all that. Section 2, you'll have usually 2 texts or 2 reading passages, and you have the text or the reading passages, they're related to work. So it's work-based or employment-based. It could be something to do with your interview, it could be something to do with job application or company handbook and things like that. Then section 3 of your reading is going to be one long text. So it's usually discussing all academic or abstract topics. Abstract means something that can't be seen or felt, or in this case, something that's very unfamiliar. Okay, and so when you're doing your section 3, always expect the ideas that is being discussed in the text to be unfamiliar. So don't worry about unfamiliar words, unfamiliar ideas. Your job is only to solve the questions and get your answers. So let's start off with true, false, not given. This is the first type of question that you will come across in your reading. So in here, you'll have to answer if the information in the statement is matching to the information in the passage. So you're given a question statement based on the reading passage. You will look through the question statement and see if it is complying or if it is matching completely to the reading passage, or false if it is wrong, or if it is opposite, or if it's contradictory to the information. So false is to be a sentence is false only if it contradicts or if it's the complete opposite of the information given in the passage, and it's not given or you use not given if there's no information about this in the statement. Are we good so far? Navdeep, are you okay? You're able to understand me, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is the strategy? So I won't tell you this is one strategy. So this is one of the strategies, one of the many kinds of strategies. So you can use this if you are not using another approach. So this is one way to approach this question. So first thing you do is always read the instructions carefully. So true, false, not given. There are two kinds of these similar questions. Either it is true, false, not given, or it can be yes, no, not given. So be very careful whether they're asking you to write true, false, not given, or yes, no, not given. Because if they're asking yes, no, not given, and we write true, then it becomes wrong. So be very careful with this. Okay. Second thing is you read your question statement and try to understand what they're asking. So if they're asking, they give you a question statement and they're asking you to write if it's true, false, read the question statement, try to understand what it means, or try to understand the meaning of the sentence. And then watch out for qualifying words. Qualifying words such as some, always, and words like that. These are qualifying words, and try. So if they're asking for, if they're telling some parts of the world is experiencing drought. So some means, and if the passage is telling the entire earth is suffering from drought, you know that some and the entire is different, right? So always keep an eye on the qualifying words that you're looking for. Then thirdly, try to, when you're reading your a question statement, try to underline your keywords. Your keywords are your nouns, naming words, or any important information that you think. Okay, so underline your keywords and think of synonyms or words in or other ways or other words in which these sentences could be expressed in the passage. So if you have a sentence, the same sentence could be expressed in a different way or in different words in the passage. So that's what I mean by trying to find for synonyms. For example, if the sentence is having a statement which says examples of tourist places in Sydney are, if it says examples of tourist places, so you look at you underline your keywords. Okay, keyword one, example, tourist places in Sydney. So examples, what are the words that can be a synonym for examples? There could be words like instances or choices and things like that. So instances or elaborations or something like that, which is showing, so instances or elaborations or a list of tourist places in these places are, and you see. So look at synonyms, that will help you to understand. Now match the statement with the correct part of the text. So usually for students to understand if a sentence, if the given statement is true, it's easy because it has to match 100% to the given information in the passage. But if it is not matching, or if it's opposite, if it is contradicting, then you'd say false. So if it's neither true nor false, then only the answer is not given. Okay, so underlining the keywords is your main thing. That's all. So so read the statement, underline your keywords, go look in the reading passage, find where the statement is, see if it's, come back to the statement, see if this is matching or not. If it's completely agreeing to the information, then it is true. But if it is contradicting or if it's talking the opposite, then it's false. Then if you can't find the answer, then mark not given. Okay, if it's neither true nor false, then the answer is not given. So far, are you clear, Navdeep? Is there any doubts?
Yeah. No.
Okay. So we'll go to the next question type, which is called summary completion. So this question type is called summary completion. So before this, I think we'll solve a few true, false, not given. So because we have already learned the strategy, so I have a test ready. Let me take you there. Can you see my passage? I mean, can you see my screen is what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay. So here from 1 to 6, it's true, false, not given. So you read the statement, it's asking for true, false, not given. It's not asking for Yes, no, not given. Okay, so you have to write the answer should be true or false or not given. Then from 1 to 6 is your answer. So you read your first statement. Only hospital patients can go on to have transition care. Only. That's your qualifying word, which says, I'm sorry, I keep moving it like a monkey. So give me a minute. I'll just, okay. Is this visible enough? Okay, I won't touch it now. So I'll just focus it. Okay, I won't touch it now. So it says only hospital patients can go on to have transition care. So you find the qualifying only. That means what? There is no exception. Only this. So there is no exception. Only hospital patients can go on to have transition care. So you look at your qualifying word which says only. Hospital patients, the synonym can be patients or inmates or something like that, can go on or can continue or can have transition care. So we go and locate this information in the passage. So transition care is for older people who have been receiving medical treatment but need more help. So they have been receiving medical treatment. So only hospital patients. So it could be though they have been receiving medical treatment but need more help to recover and make a decision about the best place for them to live in the longer term, you can access transition care directly from the hospital. So, based on this, or what do you think is the answer? Is it true or false or not given?
Only hospital patients can go to have transition care. I think not given.
The answer is only so for older people who have been receiving. So the answer you think is not given. So can you write it down? We'll check it in the end or maybe after we complete this section. Do you have a pen, paper, a book, or anything?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Can you write down not given for the first one?
Yeah.
And I'll give you about, there are 6 questions. So I'll give you about 7 minutes time. Will you try and solve these questions and we'll discuss the answer together? Okay. If you finish earlier, let me know. I'm going to time you for 7 minutes. Sorry. Um, our time is up. Our time is up. Are you there? Oh, she left. Okay. Navdeep was here, Prablin. I didn't know that she had dropped out. So she had issues with her internet. So she was
Oh,
on and off.
okay.
So we were solving true, false, not given questions. Are you
Mm-hmm.
aware of the, are you aware of the strategies for this? Do you want me to go through? I'll quickly run you through just.
Mm-hmm.
So this is only one approach to
Mm-hmm.
solving true false not given. So true, your first thing is you make sure that it's a true false not given, not a yes no not given question.
Mm-hmm.
Then second thing is you read the question statement first, the question statement
Mm-hmm.
of it. Then you try to understand what they're talking about. So try to understand the context. Watch out for qualifying words. Qualifying words such as some, always, all, most, and those things are called qualifying words. So they change the meaning of the sentence. So try and look out for these kinds of words. Then, when you read your question statement, try to underline your keywords. So you underline your keywords and you see, try to find out the synonym for it. And as to, because the synonym of your sentence or the keywords would be there in your text. So underline your keywords, think of how it might be written in your original text or in the questions text. Then go back to the text, locate where the sentence is. So you have to scan for this information, locate where it is, and then read through, trying to see if the sentence is matching to the text. So if it agrees completely, if the statement is agreeing completely or 100%, then the answer is true. But if it is contradicting it, or if the
Mm-hmm.
sentence is contradicting, then the answer is false. And if it's neither true nor false, then the answer is not given. So this question is kind of a time consuming question, or you will need to spend a lot more time here. So be careful with your time management here. Okay, so if you look at these, the passage, so we started off with this. So this has a true, false, not given question. So based on the strategy that you know and based on what we discussed, can you try and solve these questions from 1 to 6?
Sure.
So I'll time you. Let's start discussing the answer to this question. So we read the first question. Only hospital patients can go. Sorry. Read the first statement. Only hospital patients can go on to have transition care. So only, that means that's a qualifying word. That means only these people, nobody else other than the hospital patients can go on to have transition care. So is that true or false? So we go and locate it. Transition care is for older people who have been receiving medical treatment. Then you can only access transition care directly from the hospital. So this is for older people who have been receiving a medical treatment, but they need more help to recover and time to make a decision about the best place for them to live in longer term. You can only access transition care directly from the hospital. So you can only access it directly from the hospital. So the answer there is true. Then the next one, transition care may be long term or short term. So long term and short term is our keyword, transition care. So let's go look at it. Is it long term or short term or what? So it's focused on individual goals and therapies and given for a limited time only. So there is no long term or short term. It's only for limited time. So what do you think is the answer? The answer
False.
is yes. The answer is false because it's completely contradicting. So it's talking about limited time. Then everyone receiving transition care must contribute to the cost. So everyone receiving should contribute. The answer is right. I'm sorry. The answer is located right here. Transition care is often provided by NGOs, a non-government organization. It's subsidized by the government if your circumstances allow. So there's no compulsion. Only if your circumstances allow, it is expected that you will contribute to the cost of your care. So not everyone. So the answer here will be false
False.
because it's contradicting. Very well done. Then the next one, transition care at home is available for patients who live alone. So it's talking about by people is only for patients who is living alone. There's nothing about a patient who is living alone. So the answer is not given. Then for the fifth one, transition care may be given on a hospital site. Maybe. So that's again a qualifying word, maybe, given on a hospital site. So if you look here, it says that so transition care is provided in your own home. This setting can be a part of an existing aged care home or health facility such as a separate wing of a hospital. So yes, so the answer is true. It's also provided, or it may be given on a hospital site as well, because it's a separate wing of a hospital. So the answer is true for the fifth one. For the next one, you may lose your place in a care home if you leave it to receive transition care. If you look here, so you need to go somewhere else for your transition care. Your place in the aged care home will be held until you return. So you won't lose your place. It will be held until you return. So the statement is false. Okay, so I'll just display the answer. I think you got it all correct, right, Prableen?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the answer. True, false, false, not given true and false. Well done. So we'll look at the next question type and we'll discuss the strategy for that. Okay, now Raman, I know you were not able to solve it. You didn't get a lot of time, but now I think you'll have enough time. So the next question type here in this passage is called matching paragraphs. So what is the strategy for for this question type? Allow me to take you back to the PowerPoint. Okay, all right. Stop share, new share, share the PowerPoint. So matching paragraphs or matching information is our next question type. Is it matching paragraph or matching information? It is matching information in the paragraph. So let me take you to that question type. Okay, matching information. So this, if you find this in your section, if you find it in that section and out of the, then attempt this question first, because it requires you to spend some time on this and your mind to be fresh. So the first step is to skim through the passage or run your eyes through the passage. Then read the first one or two sentences and the last sentences. So if they're asking you to find the summary or find the information, usually skim through the passage, but pay attention to the first sentence, first two sentences and last two sentences of each paragraph, just to, if they're asking for a summary, okay? Then don't worry too much about highlighting keywords, but read through the first and last sentence of each passage. Then look at the headings and try to identify the keywords within each heading. So look at each statement or each question statement that they have given you and try to locate the keywords, try to understand what they're trying to tell you there. And sometimes they'll tell more, there's more than, this option can be used more than once, or each heading can be used more than once. So see if they have done it. So if you don't get one, don't stick on it for a long time. Instead, move on and solve the rest. The answer will reveal itself, or you'll come across the answer soon. So since we've already discussed reading many times, I think that's enough. Let's start solving the questions. So let's locate, first thing is we read the instructions. So they're telling the text on passage 18, it has 5 paragraphs. Yep, it has 5 paragraphs. So which paragraph mentions the following? So you have to see where this is mentioned, which paragraph is mentioned. So the answer has to be from A to E. So on 7, which is it? So what do we do in this kind of statement? We read the question statement first. Read the question statements first. It says, the zips on this cabin bag may be difficult to use. So zips, cabin bag. It's our keywords. We go locate it. Where is it? The zips on the cabin bag. So anywhere where it's talking about zips, we go and locate it. So always remember, this question will not be in order. Okay, so this will not follow a sequence. So zipped and lockable, contents try. So can you try where the zips are? Easy to grip, they run smoothly. So this is not the answer. So someone has given the answer, I think. Yes, it's on paragraph B. So it's talking about both are zipped and lockable. But in paragraph C as well, it's telling about the zipping, right? Zips don't always run smoothly. Can you see here? Here, even though it talks a bit about zips, it doesn't say, uh, but the inside pocket doesn't zip. That's all it says. But if you look here, it says the zips don't always run smoothly. Can you see that? So question number 7 is C, okay, because it's difficult to use. They don't run smoothly. So similarly, can you try and solve the remainder of it? Can you guys do that? So from 8 to 14, that is about six things. So I'll give you I'll time you for 6 minutes. If you finish earlier, please put your answer on the chat, okay? I'll time you for 6 minutes and then we'll discuss the answer together. That's it, guys. Our time's up. Have you finished? Do you want more time?
Just one more minute.
Okay. Okay, I'm timing you for 2 minutes, okay? If you finish it more before, then let me know. Your 2 minutes is up, guys. Your 2 minutes are up. Okay, I think Sabrina has done it. So let's discuss this one by one. The zips on this cabin bag. So first we read the sentence. There we have to match the information to the paragraph. It's not heading. Then our answers are going to be in the alphabets from A to E. And then we look at this NB. This is called a rubric. So we be very careful with the NB. You may use any letter more than once. So the letters can be repeated. So if you look at the first one, the zips on this cabin bag may be difficult to use. So we read the paragraph trying to locate this. Then we read the same passage again, or we scan for this information in this passage. We locate the paragraph. Then we skim through the paragraph trying to find out where it is. Okay, I mean, skim through the paragraph, while we skimming, I'm sorry, I'm going crazy. So you read your sentence and then locate it, skim through the paragraph and locate this information. While skimming through the paragraph, pay attention to the first line and the last line of each paragraph, okay? Each paragraph, yeah. So we look at this. The zips on this cabin bag may be difficult to use, so it's hard to use the zips. We try skimming. And we pay extra attention to the first sentence and the last sentence. And we skim through. Pay extra attention to the first sentence. It's something about zipped, but nothing about hard. Then if you look here, the zips, so it's always in the first two sentences, right? So zips don't always run smoothly. So this is C. If you look at the next one, the cabin bag may be badly damaged if it is dropped. So dropped, badly damaged, those are our keywords. So it was not there in either of these three. We continue to read. So, and the zips are easy to grip. So nothing about dropping it, but it's heavy and steering. Then we look at this one. If you look at the last one, it says that we test bag by letting it fall onto a hard floor. So we located this, the fabric tore so badly. So it may be badly damaged if it is dropped. So here the answer is E. Then the handles of this bag have a number of different problems. So when we were skimming through, we already know where the handles are because we skimmed through first. So where is something about the handles? Over here, I think. So it can withstand some pretty harsh treatment. Then, however, the handle is hard and flat, and the side handle isn't easy to grip. So here the answer is A for the ninth one. Then the cabin bag is very resistant to water. So while we're skimming through, we already know where we located it. So when we come back, we know that we've located it. Where was it? Here, yes. So the answer is C. So it says, no, it can't be this one. So the answer is not this as well. Okay, over here it says, where was it? Okay, we see.
B, second
Yes,
line, we
we
found
found
this.
the contents. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. We found the contents remain dry even when given a good soaking. So the answer is B over here. Then there is a good choice of patterns. Yeah, we found patterns already because we were skimming
Yeah.
over here. So it's E definitely. Then this cabin bag isn't very easy to move around. So if you read the D, the last statement, it says, this cabin bag felt a little heavy to pull. It was hard to steer. Steer means to move the wheels or to steer it compared with some of the other suitcases. So this is D. If you look at 13, this bag has just one internal zipped pocket. So where was that pockets? So it has two, it cannot be. So zips always don't run. Not this. The sky bag, D.
Yeah.
It has a single external zip pocket, another located in the lid. So it has only one internal zipped pocket. The last one, the trolley handle of this cabin bag is adjustable. So we go looking for the trolley handle. Single trolley handle was somewhere adjustable. The retractable trolley handle, there is one here, and in B it says
The trolley handles has a choice of
has a
two
two
heights.
exactly. So the answer here is B. So we had to use D twice and B twice. So we used the alphabet D and B twice. So I'll just guide you through the answer. I think Prableen got it all right, right?
I got 12 wrong. I did C instead of D.
Okay, so this is the answer. For 11, for 9, sorry, for 7, the answer is C. For 8, the answer is E. For 9, the answer is A. For 10, the answer is B. For 11, the answer is E. 12, it is D. 13, D. And 14, it is B. So this is the answer. So I think there's another student who's joined us. Hi, Veerpal. My name is Ruth. I am going to be your, oh, he's gone. So Ramanpreet, how did you fare? How did you go? Raman? I think she's typing. 10, right. Okay, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 10 right out of 7. That's okay. So if you look at the next passage, okay, she's typed something else. That means 2 wrong answers. Okay, that's okay. So if you look at this passage, okay, the questions are right here. Guys, can you take a picture of these questions, please? Can you take a screen grab of this? Let me know once you're done.
Done.
Done. Raman, have you finished as well? Have you taken a screen grab? Okay, she's done it too. So now we'll go through this type of question. This is, what kind of question do you think this is? This is a short answer question. So we'll first read the instruction for this. What does it tell? Write your answer in no more than 3 words and or a number. So the maximum number of words that we can write is 3 plus a number. Okay, the number has to be written in digits. So far, are we good? Not including a number. So 3 words and a number. Okay, also no more than 3 words. 3 is your maximum plus a number. Okay, so that has to be your word limit. Now write your answers in the boxes 15 to 20. Okay, so if we're doing this, it's exactly the same as before. So where we have to locate the information, and here we have to fill in the information. So if you look at the first one, where can you buy parking permits at the college? So our keyword is parking permits and buying. So try and think of synonyms. Buying can be purchasing, parking permits can be tickets at the college. So the place where you can purchase or buy parking permits can be parking tickets, permissions, permission cards, permission forms for parking, something like that at the college. Then we go back to the passage. Okay, I am sorry. What did I do? Okay, sorry about that. Let me try and resume. Okay, I'll stop sharing and try sharing again. All right. So yeah, I view it in multiple pages. Okay. So we go back to the thing. So it says, where can you buy the parking permits in the college? So we go and locate, we skim through the information, or we are scanning through this passage to locate the information. Where can you buy? Annual permits can be purchased from the hospitality department. From the hospitality department. So annual permit, so it can be this, right? So they're required to park a motor vehicle on the campus, and the permits or the permissions to park can be purchased from this department, from the hospitality department. Let's go looking for the answer. Is it true or what? Yes, so the answer was hospitality department. Okay, so if we first read the question statement, try and understand, find synonyms for the keywords. Look at the keywords. So which, so this is where, so we know it's a place. So which, it's some noun. Document, so it's the name of a document. Shows the date of time, term time. Shows the date, so this could be some month or something. It shows the dates of term time. Then we scan through, trying to locate the document, which puts in the date time. Any doubts with the strategy? You guys are okay? I think Prableen left. So Raman, did you understand the strategy? No or yes? Yes, no? No, ma'am. Yes. So yes is your last answer. So you understood the strategy. That means okay. So can you, I'll time you off for 5 minutes. Can you try and solve it? Yes, you understood. Okay, love. So I'll time you off for 5 minutes and try and solve this, okay? All right, okay. So your time starts now, darling. So Raman, have you finished? Do you need some more time? Okay, you're finished. Okay, let's discuss this answer. Do you want to put your answers here, or we'll discuss it together, then you can check your answers, right? Okay, so the first question was, where can you buy parking permits? So the first question was, where can you buy parking permits at the college? So we look at our keywords, where can you buy parking permits? And we had actually solved it before we started, right? So where can we buy? We found it here. Buying or purchasing can be purchased from the hospitality department. If you look at the second question, which document shows the dates of term time? So you know which means it's the name of a document. So that was academic calendar. So that's your answer. I read it from your chat. So if you look at it, what's the name of the document? Application permits from then all will be clearly displayed as published in the academic calendar. So the terms can be found in these places in the academic calendar. If you look at the next question, what is the start date of annual parking permit? So you predict the answer. If you predict the answer, you know it's some kind of a date that you're looking for. So it could be a day, it could be a date. So if you look at it, annual parking permits can be purchased from 20th September. So they can be purchased all together from the 20th September, and they are valid for one academic year. So 1 year right from 1st October. So the starting date is 1st October because it's valid from there. Then if you look at the next one, who is responsible for giving out parking fines if you park in the wrong place? So our keywords, who, that means some person with some title, some name, some designation, somebody who is responsible for giving out, or whose job or duties is giving out. Giving out means issuing. That could be our, this one, parking fines if you park in the wrong place. So parking fines. So enforcement, if you look at the, if you read the title, it says enforcement. So it's likely to come there because it's talking about enforcement. Or so the nominated contractor will issue penalty charges. Penalty means fines. So the answer is nominated contractor here. If you look at the next one, what do visitors need to show when parking? So I'm just checking your answers, Raman. Penalty charge notice is no. So here they're asking for a name for who will issue. So this person, the contractor, will issue. So who means a person, right? The next one, permits, is correct. So the visitors have to issue. Visitors, where is visitors? Visitors provide parking arrangements through pre-arranged permits, which must be displayed. So the permits, or you can write pre-arranged permits, should be displayed. You can't see my screen, is it? Okay. Raman, can you see it now? Oh, okay. So I was not displaying it properly then. So let's discuss all that we discussed just now quickly. Where can you buy? Then you know it's a place. Buy. Buy can be purchase, parking permits at the college. So where can you buy parking permits? Purchasing. So you know that's in the hospitality department. Annual permits can be purchased from the hospitality department. Then we go again, we read the next question. Which documents show the dates of term time? So which document? So it should be the name of a document. So if you read through, it says that all permits must be clearly displayed in the windscreen as published in the academic calendar, as published in this academic calendar. So this is our answer here. If you look at the third one, what is the start date of annual parking permits? Start date. So it's the date that we're looking for. When we predict it, we know that it can be purchased from 20th September. It's valid for one academic year from 1st October. So the starting date is from 1st October to 30th June. That's the last date. Then who is responsible? So they are asking who is responsible. So you know it's a person. It's a person with some title. Who is a person that we are looking for? That should be our answer. So what, when you see, you know, that's the start date. Which, you know, it's a name of a document. Where, it's a place. So who, you know, you're looking for a person now, is responsible for giving out parking fines. So giving responsible duties or something like that. Giving out can be issuing. Parking fines is like we saw penalty or charges or something if you park in the wrong place, so wrong parking area. So we go look at this title, enforcement. So enforcement is some kind of a punishment or making sure the law is taking place, and the nominated contractor will issue penalty charge. So nominated contractor is our answer. So who? That contractor. Then what do visitors need to show when parking? So it's a thing. What do visitors need to show? We go here. Visitors is the title, so we know it will be somewhere here, and it must be displayed here. The title, the visitors permit has to be there. And then what happens here? Where can the nursery pickup point be found? You go, you know, the title here, it's talking about drop off, pickup, nursery. So in front or outside Concord building, that will be our answer. So let's look at the answers that we discussed. So hospitality department, academic calendar, 1st October, nominated contractor, permits, Concord. Okay, so Concord building or outside Concord building. Where is the location of the last answer? Sure, I'll show you that. So if you look at the last answer question, it says, where can the nursery pickup point be found? Where? So it's a place. So pickup means pickup. There'll be two short-term drop off or pickup spaces for the users of nursery. Can you see it here? These are located. So where they are found, these are located outside Concord building. So outside or in front of Concord building. Do you find it? Okay, all right. So we look at the next type of question in this test. So this is the question. Like, give me a minute. I'll try to insert a blank sheet and put the question there. I'll insert, sorry. So I'll try to put in a blank sheet over here and put this in. No. I'm trying to put it in this sheet. Okay, I think now it's done. So for questions 21 to 20, till 20 we answered. So 21 to 27. This is the question, and give me a minute. Sorry, Raman. (21 to 27). This is the question and this is the answer. So this is also the answer short question kind of a statement. So it's a answer short question kind of a statement. So here, same thing. So we first read the instruction. What does it say? What does it say? No more than 2 words and or a number. So the maximum word limit is 2 words, that's all, plus a number if you're putting in a number. So always make sure that the number has to be written in digits. Okay, if you write it as a number, that's taken as another word. So write it in digits. So no more than 2 words and or a number. So 2 words plus a number is allowed, nothing more than 2 words. Then write your answers here. So if you look at this, what is the minimum period you must have worked for an employer to be eligible for SMP? What is the minimum period? So if you predict the answer here, Raman, what do you think is the answer here? What is the minimum period? What kind of answer are we looking for if you predict it? NB means what? Number, year, month. That's right. So you're looking for a number, either number of years. Okay. So what is the minimum period? Either in the number or in the month. Very well done. So now we go locate it. Minimum period you must have worked for an employer to be eligible for SMP. So eligible for SMP is what we are going to scan for. Yeah. So we go, there are so many places where SMP. Okay. We look, oh, this has the title. So SMP is right here. So the answer is going to be found right here. So what is the minimum period? This is a weekly payment, nothing. Entitled, if you've been employed by the same company for at least, that's minimum, at least 26 weeks by the end of the 15th week. So at least 26 weeks. So the answer here is minimum period is 26 weeks. Well done. So Raman, can you try and solve this by yourself? Okay, good job. So can you try? I'm reading your chat in between, you know. Okay, so can you try and solve from 22 to 27? That's 5 questions. I'll time you for 6 minutes, okay? If you finish before that, let me know. If you don't finish, you can always ask for more time, okay? At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, your time starts now. So if you look at this word, what sum means what? What kind of word are you looking for? Chanchal, I can't hear you. I think you've muted yourself.
Yeah, ma'am.
If I ask
What?
you, if you look at 23, question 23, if I ask you what sum is payable, what sum is payable every week as the second part of SMP? So what sum means, what kind of answer are we looking for here? So sum means what? Sum means amount. Okay. So you can ask if you're taking an admission for a course, you can ask, what is the sum of my fees? That means sum means what? Total, or it means amount. Okay. So if you say sum it up, that means to put it as total. So sum, what sum? The question is asking what sum. So the answer is going to be an amount. Okay. It's going to be an amount. So you're going to look for a amount here. You're not able to understand me, right? I think Raman has completed it. Chanchal?
Yeah, ma'am. Maybe found 112.75 per week.
So yes, so I don't have to worry about the answer, Chanchal. I'm only telling you how to predict your answer. Okay, so I'm not telling you to find the answer. I'm just telling you we have to predict what kind of word we are looking for here. So what sum? You're looking for a number or you're looking for an amount. So this is the amount 112.75 per week or 112.75 pounds. Now, if you look at the next one, you don't worry about anything. Don't break your head. Only listen to me. Just try and understand. You don't solve anything. Just try and understand. This is an important concept, okay? So if you look at this, what is the maximum length of time MA is payable? Maximum length of time. So you're looking at a time duration here. You're looking at a time period. What is the maximum length of time? So your answer can be hours or days or weeks or months or years. So you're looking at the maximum length of time MA is payable. Okay, MA is here. What are you looking for? Maximum length of time MA is payable. So MA is payable for a maximum of, what does it say? 39 weeks, right? So
39 weeks maybe. Yes, ma'am.
MA can be paid for 39 weeks. That's your maximum. So when you're solving short questions, always, before you find your answer, always try and understand in what form is my answer going to be. So if you look at this one, next question, 25. Where can MA forms be obtained? Where? That means what? The answer will be a place, right? Where can this be obtained? So you're looking for a place here. So the answer is going to be a place. If you predict this one, apart from income, what else is considered when assessing how much child tax credit is paid? So something similar to income. If you look at this, what are sure start maternity payments? What are they? So that's a definition. So always see what kind of answer you must be putting in there. So that will help you to find your answer more easily. So you know if it's in the number, you know it's a number. If it is weeks, you know it's, if it's time or if it's duration, then you know, okay, it's going to be in hours or days or months or weeks. So always predict your answer before you find out. Am I being clear to you? I'm okay to explain it again. You just tell me if you don't understand. You don't have to worry about anything. Chanchal, are you able to understand me?
Yes, ma'am. Now I understand.
Okay, so you try and locate, you try and find out. Suppose I ask you, Chanchal, what is the diet of a child? Okay, a child who is 6 years old. So you see the question, what is the diet? So you know the answer is going to be some kind of a food or some kind of a diet. Okay, if I ask you, Chanchal, where is the ticket counter located? Where? Oh, so the answer is going to be a place. So my answer should be a place. If I say, Chanchal, when is this birthday party happening? When? So you look at the question when and you know, oh, my answer is going to be a date or it's going to be a time because of the word when. Am I making sense to you? So always for these short questions, try and predict what your answers would be. I think Raman, you've been waiting for some time. Let's discuss your answer. So the first answer is, where is it? It is 22. It's 6 weeks, which is correct. 23, it's 112.75 pounds, which is right. 24 is 39 weeks, Raman. Then 25 is antenatal clinics. 25. Why did you write self-employed? Let's look at that. 25. Where? So where can MA forms be obtained? Where can MA forms be obtained? This is MA. So we're looking at forms. Where can MA forms be obtained? You're scanning for where? Where's the place?
Ma'am, maternity allowance.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
You can find maternity allowance at antenatal clinic. So this one, okay? And then where's the next one? So this is antenatal clinic. Raman, you understood the answer, right? Okay. 26 is personal circumstances, well done. 27 is individual grants, love. Okay, grants or individual grants, both are correct. 28, 28, no, nothing, right? Only till 27. Okay, Raman, did you have any doubts that you want to ask me for this question or anything that you solved, or was it all okay? No. Okay, so now we'll go look at the next type of question. So here, okay, all right. So thanks, Ramanpreet. So if you look at it, so here, what is this? Matching headings, right? So you have to match the heading to, there are paragraphs given here from A to C. Only 3 paragraphs? Is it only 3? Okay. So there are 3 paragraphs given here. No, there are E till E. Did I not put in everything? Can you guys please give me a minute? Just share my PowerPoint with you. Okay, matching information or matching headings is a very crucial question type. Usually you'll have it in section 2 and section 3. It won't be there in section 1 usually. You'll usually have it in section 2 and section 3. So how to match information, how to do this? First, you read the instruction carefully. So you see what form is my answer supposed to be. My answer is, in this case, it's going to be from Roman numeral 1 to Roman numeral 8. So my answer has to be written in the Roman numeral form that you have to take a note of. Then read the question statements first. So here it's section A. So read the heading statements. So they have given you a paragraph of headings, right? They've given you a list of headings. So read the heading statement first. After you read the heading statement, then try and paraphrase it. So read the heading statement first and try and paraphrase it. So if you go through this question, if you go through this question, this is our heading statement. Solving the puzzle of a papyrus document. Solving, what could be the synonym for that? Solving could be finding an answer, arriving at an answer. The puzzle could be riddle, quiz, or something of a papyrus document. Document could be a paper or something like that. So solving the puzzle of a papyrus document. Now we go skim through this, trying to scan for this, solving the puzzle. So we go looking for this answer. Archives, cultural crossroads. Papyrus means paper. So we go solving. Here we found documentation. Okay, so this is solving. So they found an answer. Documentation means to document or to record or to write something. It requires a writing tool. A writing tool can be a pen, it can be something, and a surface upon which to record. So you need a writing tool. It could be a pen and a surface, which can be a paper or a board, upon which to record the information permanently. About 5,000 years ago, the Sumerians started to use reeds or sticks. So this is their writing tool to make marks on mud blocks, which were then baked. So this was their surface. This mud block was the surface. But despite being fireproof, they were difficult to store. Other cultures used more flexible but less permanent surfaces, including animal skin and wood strips. So this was surface, animal skin and wood strips. In Western culture, the adoption of papyrus was to have a great impact. Sheets of papyrus not only provide an invaluable record, they can also be dated using carbon dating techniques, giving precise information about the age of the text. So solving the puzzle of a papyrus document could be A, or is it A? Okay, the papyrus sedge is a tall. Okay, so I think here the documentation is A mostly, but it's never going to be in order. Solving the puzzle. Collections of documents. But these documents were protected by sand, creating a time capsule that allowed astonishing glimpses into the lives. Have been frequently viewed as potentially dangerous. For thousands of years, governments have been resorted to burning libraries and books to get rid themselves of these evidences that they found. Okay, one calamity, the burning of the Grey Library and the papyrus scrolls it contained has been mythologized. So I think the answer here is A itself, right? So for the section A is 1. Now read the second heading, the importance of written documents and different ways of recording them. And then, okay, can you take a picture of this as well? Please take a screenshot of this because it's not displayed well. Please take a screenshot of this. Okay. Now, can you go back to this? Okay, and look at your screenshot and this and try to solve the next one, please. Or if you give me a minute, I'll just try and copy and put this in the Word. If you give me a minute so that it'll be much more easy. Give me 1 minute. So the second question, importance of written records and different ways of recording them. So that's our second question. Where is this found, or which passage is this found? Importance could be importance of written records. Written records could be documentations, written documentations, and different ways of recording them. So how they recorded it. So if you go look for it, if we try and skim through, yes, okay. So if you go and look for it, documentation, different methods of documenting. So different methods of documenting is, again, documentation requires a tool. Yes, 28, the answer is 2. And 29, what do you think is the answer? 29, the answer is B. 29, the answer is actually, what is 29? It's section B, right? So papyrus is strongly associated with Egyptian culture. Individual sheets could be glued together and rolled up to make scrolls. So 29, section B, is actually future use, decline, preservation, process of, I think it's 8. Section B is 8 because it's talking about how to make papyrus or how to make paper. So when you're solving this question, the answer is either found in the first sentence or in the last sentence. What is that? Okay, so 32 is 4. 32 is section E. Let's look at section E. True paper was invented in China, and for the first century it was constructed. Then we skim through, we look at the last sentence. In the words of the ancient Roman philosopher by Pliny the Elder, it is the material on which the immortality of human beings depend on. So 32 is section E. Anything about immortality? It's actually 6, the decline of papyrus use. True paper was invented here, but Chinese use fibers. Despite paper-free societies, Western cultures still use enormous quantities of paper. So it could be inconceivable to use papyrus as a paper substitute. The role of the papyrus sedge in Western culture has been superseded. It's little more than a niche product for the tourist market. Okay, so this is decline of paper is E. Section E, that is 32, is actually 6, the decline of papyrus use. What about 30? Okay, what about 30? Section C, what is it? In moist climates, the cellulose-rich sheets of papyrus would readily decay. becoming covered by mold or full of holes from attacks by insects. So how it is being destroyed either by holes, by all these. And if you look at the last sentence, but the documents were protected. So protection, how they were protected. So either it is protection or destruction. So preservation and destruction. Can you see? It's in 7. So C is 30 is 7. So while you solve this heading and summary for both, you have to read the first line and the last line of every paragraph clearly. So for the heading matching and matching summary, if it's asking for summary and for heading, skim through the passage, but usually about many, I'm not telling always, all the time, but usually the answer is found either in the first sentence or in the last sentence of each paragraph. So if you look at section D, I think you've already answered that, right, Raman? Section D is 31. 31, did you answer? No. 31 is section D, so we'll go looking for section D. Beside their use in record keeping, papyrus stems were used in many other aspects of Mediterranean life. So section D is 31. Mediterranean life, such as for boat construction, making ropes, as a marshland. So different uses. Is there anything about uses? No. Importance, okay, the use, that is 3. 31 is 3 because it's talking about the different uses of 31 is 3 because it's because it's in D because it's talking about the different uses of paper. So despite or besides the uses in record keeping, papyrus stems was used in many other aspects of Mediterranean life. So either in the first or in the last. Okay, so guys, that's all I have to stop for today. I think we're already late by 10 minutes. So there is another multiple choice question that we have not discussed today. And fill in the blanks question which we have not discussed today. Okay, or short answer question that we have not discussed. One answer. So there are 2 questions, which is summary completion. This is called summary completion, where we have to fill in the blanks with the right one and using the summary of the passage. This is an important question, so I have to spend some time in explaining it. But we'll just have a quick recap about the questions that we did discuss today, just to get the techniques in your techniques clearly for you. So for this, we did a lot of matching information. So for this matching information, what did we do? We underlined the keywords and we tried to find out the synonym. Then we scanned this passage looking for the keywords, okay? And then we located it and we matched the information. So while doing this, always remember the answer. Yes, now we are going to discuss this question, which I'll practice this question, which we discussed today. Yes. So we're just going to discuss this, just a revision as to what we did. So this is matching information. We have to see which paragraph has this information. So how did we do that? We underlined the keywords and we tried to try to find synonyms. Yeah. So we saw zips. Okay, on this baggage may be difficult to use. So zips located, so difficult to use, and we find and located it. It was in D. So we try to see how our answer is located from A to D. So matching information, matching heading, and all that, or summary. Usually the answer is located either in the first line of the paragraph or last line of the paragraph. Okay, so matching information, we skim through each paragraph, but we pay extra attention to the first line and the last sentence, the first sentence and the last sentence. Okay, so that's how we did matching information. Then we did a bit of a short answer question, answering it. So we see how many words we have to look for. So 3 and or a number means what? A maximum of 3 words. That means no more than 3 plus a number. So we read this question statement first. Where can you buy parking permits? And we try and predict the answer. How to predict it? Where means we are looking for a place. Then we look at underline the keywords and we try to look at the synonyms. So where, we made a prediction. So we know, okay, where means I'm looking for a place. My answer is going to be a place. Then buy, underline the keywords. Buy can be purchase, parking, permits can be permission at the college. So I go looking for it. Usually this short answer question comes in a sequence, okay, usually, but sometimes no, but usually these short answer questions or this answer in 2-3 words, they come in a sequence, okay. They follow an order or they follow a sequence. Okay, so I don't know if you're writing these down, guys. You write, so these are just small tips, okay, or small hints. So we go looking, we know that buy is purchase. So we see permits can be purchased. So we know it's a place, it's a location that we're looking for. So it's hospitality department. For so short questions, we try and predict it using these words: where, which, what, who, what. So the next one was also short question. So here also we predict and we know that it follows a sequence. So we predict an answer and we follow the sequence. So we see what is the minimum period. Minimum period, you know, you're looking for a time frame. You must have worked. So it can be hours, days, weeks, months, years in that frame. Okay, and then we go looking for this information. Here also it's coming in a sequence. Okay, so answer short questions, whether it's 2 words or 3 words, they come in a sequence. Next one, how long? Again, we know it's a time period. We know it's talking about S&P, so we scan for that, and we know it's a time period. What sum? So we know it's an amount. We go looking for it. Where? So we know it's a place. We go looking for it. So that's how we did that. And this question is matching headings. So what did we do here? There are 2 approaches here. So the answer for matching headings, just like matching information, is either found in the first sentence or in the last sentence. So the easiest way is to either read your section A, B, C, D, E. The answer is found either in the first or last, and then choose from the headings, or read the headings and skim through the passage trying to locate it. Okay, so I think that was that's all, guys. That's the end of our lesson today. I hope you learned something today. And before I go, if you need, or before we stop, if you need, I'll post this test on the chat. Do you want me to post this test on the chat so that you can sit and complete it even after we finish today? Okay, so I'll just post this before we go. So don't leave yet. I'll post it in the chat, okay? So I'm going to, hey, I forgot to ask you, have you guys written your task too? Raman, did you do your task too? Yesterday I told I'll be checking your task too before we start the class today, but nobody came on time. I completed it yesterday. Okay, and I had checked it. Okay, yeah. So you, and yeah, you had started with irrefutable arguments or irrefutable, right? That's yours. Okay, can you try and open this and see if this is working? Okay, so can you try and see if this is working, if this opens up, if it's the right one? I think that's the wrong test. Desktop. Reading questions and answers. Reading 3. Okay. I think that's the one. I've sent it over, guys. Okay, I've just sent it over. Can you please try and open this and see if this is the one? I think that's the right test. I opened it. I think that's the right test. So solve it and practice it. Come with doubts tomorrow. Tomorrow we can do a bit of listening and we'll do a bit of speaking. So I think we'll keep Fridays as listening and speaking. So that's all, ladies. Time for me to run and time for you to sit and practice. Have a good day, and if you want to access this lesson, if you've missed and you want to access this lesson, then we are found on YouTube. Go to this CECA channel, CECA Sydney it's called. So look for this on YouTube, and then you can access today's class on YouTube. Okay, all right, then have a good day, both of you. Thanks and bye.